As smoke from the battle cleared, it was evident that the infant America needed more room to grow. In 1803, the United States government made the shrewdest land deal in the history of real estate with the Louisiana Purchase. Westward expansion was just beginning. Here in Texas, the Mexican Revolution against Mother Country Spain was going on, and by 1821, Mexico's fight for independence was won and a new flag flew over Texas. This same year, Stephen Austin fulfilled his father's dream when he received permission to settle some 300 families in Texas. Columbus on the Colorado and Washington on the Brazos were the first sites settled in 1821. Because of the success of Austin's colony, a Colonization Act was approved in 1823. Now impresarios and promoters flocked to the new territory and began to entice settlers to move here. It wasn't long before an event was to take place that would change the history of Texas. An event echoed by the words, "Remember the Alamo." When it became apparent that the Anglo population far outnumbered that of the Mexican, an act was passed prohibiting further immigration into Texas from the United States. The battle for Texas independence was about to begin. The scenes of battle and bloodshed were everywhere. San Patricio, Agua Dulce, New Washington, the Alamo, and the devastating massacre at Goliad. And all of the time, watching and waiting, was the ominous presence of the Collector. We paid his asking price of death and destruction, and we had won our battle for independence. But he left us bankrupt souls standing in the midst of despair. Would he return? On March 2nd, 1836, at Washington on the Brazos, the Declaration of Independence was signed and the Republic of Texas held high their Lone Star banner. The first president of the new republic was the hero of San Jacinto, Sam Houston. Texas remained a republic until 1845, when it became the 28th state in the Union of States. Texas, land of opportunity, and by this time gateway to California's gold fields, lured settlers and frontiersmen to her wide open spaces. Land fever was at a pitch, and with the more desirable land in the east, north, and south already taken by the swelling tide of population that was flowing westward, West Texas, considered uninhabitable for anything but buffalo, rattlesnakes, and Indians, began to look good. As small settlements began to grow, so too the need for some sort of protection from the Indians. The federal government, realizing the Indian problem, set out to establish forts in Texas. One of these last bastions of civilization here on the western frontier was Fort Chadbourne. Established in 1852, it was first known as the Camp on Oak Creek, until the name was changed in honor of Lieutenant T.L. Chadbourne. This fort and Fort Phantom Hill were located right in the heart of Comanche territory. With the protection and security of the forts, more and more settlers began their westward migration, each following their special dream. As time passed, we find that the history of a state, a county, and a town would begin to blend as each began to grow, and with their growth came those early settlers who would breathe life into the sleepy little settlement that we would one day call home. They came from near and far. Yes, these were the first, men with strong bodies and spirited souls who would build a home one day and an entire town the next day. The women, undaunted and unafraid of the challenges that lay ahead. They stood side by side with their men and pitched in to create a new home and a new way of life. These are the pioneers of yesteryear who always reached out to meet the needs of friends and neighbors. And speaking of neighbors, how do, friends?
How do, mister? Welcome. Won't you join us?
Yes, please do. We are waiting for the new arrivals. And we've all got to gather and plan this here welcoming for them. There's plenty to eat and a real good time to be had.
I'd be real proud to join you folks, and thank you.
Martha, wonder what's a-keeping them. I sure am getting hungry. I sure do wish they would get here.
Now, Henry, it takes a bit to get them young'uns washed up and ready. And these roads can be a mite tricky if you don't know them. And don't you forget, she's in the family way. Why, well, look over yonder. Here comes young Ethan now.
Evening, ma'am. Evening, sir. I sure am sorry to be so late. But you see, well, my Mary, I meant to say that she...
Now, just take your time, son. Catch your breath now. Now, where did you say Mary and the young'uns are?
That's just it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. My Mary, well, we just got us a brand new young'un.
That's fine, son. Real fine.
Pa! Oh, Pa! I sent us to tell you that we got us 2 new babies.
2 new what? 2 new Oh, my.
Hey, now. That calls for some real celebrating. Come on now. Catch your partner. Old Caleb here will do the calling. Everybody dance. Come on now. Kick up your heels.
Come on, honey. Grab my hand.
On your partners. On your corners. All join hands and circle left. Circle back the other way.
You busy there, baby?
Now the first old lady promenade the inside of the ring. And when you meet your honey, you'll give them a great big swing. Promenade in single file, the ladies in the lead. Hooray, hooray, we're going the right way. Hooray, hooray, go back the other way. When you reach your places, everybody swing. Now the second old lady promenade the inside of the ring. For when you meet your honey, you'll give him a great big swing. Promenade in single file, the ladies in the lead. Hooray, hooray, we're going the right way. Hooray, hooray, go back the other way. When you reach your places, everybody swing. All join hands and circle left. Circle back the other way. Now the third old lady promenade the inside of the ring. When you meet your honey, give him a great big swing. Promenade in single file, the ladies in the lead. Hooray, hooray, we're going the right way. Hooray, hooray, go back the other way. When you reach your places, everybody swing. Now the last old lady promenade the inside of the ring. When you meet your honey, you'll give him a great big swing. Promenade in single file, the ladies in the lead. Hooray, hooray, we're going the right way. Hooray, hooray, go back the other way. When you reach your places, everybody swing.